very, very good. The story I have is about the three sons of Tashi. Have you heard of the three sons of Tashi? So there was a great friendship between Tashi and Dondrup. They were great friends and they lived in the same village, and Tashi had three sons. But about this time Dondrup had to leave, and he left to go right to the other side of Tibet to teach and help out in the monastery. And they were both very, very strong spiritual people. And 20 years went by, and Dondrup eventually came back to the village where he grew up. And he was very curious to see what happened. And one of the first things he wanted to do was catch up with his friend Tashi. So he came into the village and he says, "Look, I'm looking for Tashi. Can you help me? He's my best friend. I just wanted to know how he's doing." And the villager said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Dondrup, but Tashi passed away a couple of years ago." And he passed away from disease. I'm sorry. And Dondrup was sort of halfway. He said, "Oh, that's such terrible news. Oh." He says, "But we're both getting old, so I guess that's life." And he said, "Well, what about Tashi had three sons?" He says, "What are they doing now?" He says, "Oh, well, they're very spiritual people as well. One of them has become a rock carver, and in Tibet they carve all of these designs of mantras and things on the rocks and on pebbles and on the walls. And he's become a renowned artist of the thing. His carvings are just put in the best temples around Tibet." And he says, "Oh, that is just such a beautiful, news to my heart." And he says, "What about the second son?" And he says, "Well, the second son, he is a great speaker, and he speaks and teaches meditation and teaches Dharma and spirituality to people around the world." And he says, "Oh, that's amazing! Oh, that is just, because the higher you put your hands, the more better it is, basically." So he says, "Oh, that's music to my mind. I'm just so pleased to hear such music." He says, and the third son, what's the third son? And the villagers are, "Oh, yes, well, the third son, well, yes, he does a lot of meditation, and he just stays in his own little house, and he's just crying all the time. Whenever you go past, there's just tears, and he's crying and all of that." And then Dondrup goes, "Oh, that's amazing! That's the most special news I've heard my whole life. That is just, I'm just so pleased to hear that." Because to Dondrup, he knew how important compassion was to life, and to hear that he knew intrinsically that this third son must be meditating on compassion just continuously all the time about all the woes. He realised how good that was for the world. So that's the three stories of Tashi's sons. So I hope you like that little story. Okay, so we'll have...
Before you go, I've actually got a very short story about compassion in Tibet as well.
Okay then.
I'll try and make it as brief as I can. But it's about a monastery in the mountains in the Himalayas in Tibet. And the monks had realised that they were kind of becoming aggravated with each other, and because it had been quite a closed monastery, and they'd been together for a long time, and there was a lot of impatience. And so the head monk said to the monks, "We're going to have to do something about this, and I've tried several things to try and make us more loving and compassionate towards each other, but we're going to have to ask the great guru who lives in the cave, because he's the wise man, he knows everything." So they designated 3 of the monks to go days walking up to the mountain, to the cave where the guru lived, the wise man. And they said to the wise man, "We've lost love in our monastery, we're not compassionate to each other anymore, and we need your guidance." And the wise man just said, he meditated for a while, and then he just said, "One of you is the Messiah." And they said, "Yes, but we need help in how to love each other more." And he just kept repeating, "One of you is the next Messiah." And that's all the wise man would say. So the monks went, oh, well, that's all we're going to get. We'll just have to go down the mountain again and tell our head monk that, you know, we haven't really got much help here. So when they reported back what the wise man had said, that one of you is the Messiah, they started looking at each other, wondering who it was going to be. And they started treating each other as if each other was the Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
And of course the love came back.
Story.
So we need to see everyone as a Messiah.
That's right. Everyone's a potential Messiah or a potential Buddha. And then we dare not be bad towards one another. All right, 5-minute break, and then Suzanne's going to take us through a little stretching yoga. Just a quick one to relieve those tense sitting muscles.
Might want to